What have you been
No,
up to?
because
You're not allowed to have anything.
No.
no, because we live in the mountains near, or
It just
Fire
sounds like
just.
hazard.
you, though, Tyler. That's what I'm worried about. Like,
Oh no, no, no! We can't have them in the city.
we or
So
you can't have them in the city. That's what you got to define. Is it you?
listen, this is reminding me of that Cade line in Destiny where he's like, "We can have flares."
Like,
I
no,
remember that.
Cade can't have
Yeah,
flares. Everybody like, no, you can't.
yeah. They launched a flare. We got flares. That was the best. Oh,
Rest in
now
peace,
I miss
Cade.
him. I know. Um,
Okay, I'm
no,
trying to
if
get
I
this
drive one
schedule.
city over, we can have fireworks. Just not where I'm at. People burn down forests.
Oh, okay. I was thinking because if you still want it.
No, not me.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Listen, I have my firefighter one license, okay? If I start a fire, I'm putting it out.
Okay, so he said Cobb. No, this can't be right. No, it is right.
You're hurting my brain, Heather.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, go on. What just happened? No, that's why. Because Zev didn't know who Cobb was, and we were like, "You're gonna have to go look him up."
Wait, not Cobb. He didn't know
He
who.
didn't know Dr. Jones, but Dr.
Yeah.
Jones and Cobb switched.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He had an easier
See.
time knowing Cobb.
That's what it is.
Cobb's a little more.
Vocal,
Famous.
maybe? Hmm.
Hey, Ken,
I've
how
seen
you
him a
doing,
lot on
man?
Twitter.
Thanks for joining us.
Is that my boy Ken in there?
It is, and we're.
Ken's on.
Let me see. Oh, why did that screen turn off?
Wait, did you say pants on?
Screen.
Look,
Did
I'm,
I?
look,
Screen.
I'm looking at the graphics. Guess who
Jeez.
I am on the thing?
Oh
This is
gosh.
great. I had to go to the podcast and go, oh my gosh, we switched places. I love it. So that's Heather down there. I get to point down.
Hi.
Oh, it did
I'm the
switch.
guest.
I'm TC Illustrates.
What is up with that? I don't like that. What happened?
Hello.
You guys are gonna have to stop messing with it. I can,
Oh,
I
so I
can
can't be
feel
the-
it already. It's already gonna be musical, screens and everything tonight.
Uh-oh.
We'll just make it up as we go along.
We'll do it live.
I'll do it live.
It's too late. We're already doing it live. But
Oh, I got to remember not to look at the podcast because I'll be looking at it going, why am I delayed?
that's right. We've been recording for a while now. I'll just have to remember that.
Yeah, you might want to cut some of the other stuff out.
Oh yeah, I'm really
Just
good at
in
edits.
case.
We're good to go. Don't you worry. It's gonna bother me if I don't fix these bars real quick, but it's really easy to find in my computer because Ruby has a cute little cat with a cupcake. Or a paw, sorry. I call it a cupcake. Oh, that one doesn't have a name on it. Dang
I like this cute little Mario guest box. I'm collecting my coins.
It's, what's it called? Penny for a thought?
Is that what it's called?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's just the idea.
I love that though.
We're learning from you, so.
I love that. It's really sweet.
Oh.
I like pennies.
it. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Wait a minute.
What? I'm fixing it.
Okay.
I don't know how everybody got switched around, but it's a thing. And I gotta find Tyler's weenie dog. Wherever it is, there it is.
He's the cutest weenie.
There, he's adorable. All right. Anybody have any questions on the show notes or anything like that before we get going? No. It's pretty basic, straightforward.
Tell us a little about yourself. What do you mean? I'm just kidding.
You're
Not
gonna
you
tell
this
me. What I'm just gonna do is type the command in chat and it should work.
Yeah, type the
About
actually,
me.
yeah,
That.
test the commands, and also I'll pull up your Wikipedia and I'll tell everybody about
Yeah.
you.
Look at that.
Oh,
I already
don't-
copied
don't-
it.
I didn't think you were actually gonna do it.
No, I just realized my own command is incorrect. Hold on. I was gonna do turn.
Well, while that's working, we're out to a great start. I will bring us right into just a soft opener, and then we'll go right into it. And just introduce each of our hosts, chat for a second, and then introduce Heather, and we'll dive into it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Everybody good?
We're good. Fix the command.
Are we clapping? Clapping?
We are going to clap.
Yeah.
What do I got to do?
Yeah.
You just clap.
You can clap too if you
clap
want.
with us. Yes.
All right, so we're.
Oh, okay, just like that.
Just like a golf clap.
episode 2.
Do I clap each person in, or do I just clap in?
Nope. What we're gonna do? What we're gonna do is we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then clap. Okay. So it's gonna.
Okay.
I call it the lethal weapon. That way.
All together?
Everybody.
It's the sound
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So when I'm looking at the sound wave, all the like chatting that we've been doing for like the last 20 minutes, I'll see that giant spike and I'll go, that's where we clapped, and I'll know when to cut everything prior.
We need to get one of the movie ones.
That's up to you, Mr. California.
I can find one.
No, I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
It's Amazon.
my father-in-law works in
All right.
the film
You-
business.
You got 2 weeks to come up with one.
Ooh, okay.
All right, maybe 4 weeks. You didn't seem too
Yeah.
confident with that one.
Yeah, four is doable.
Okay, we'll do 4 weeks. 4 weeks, and then we're gonna have a movie clapper. You're gonna put Pixels After Dark, and every time you're gonna snap it.
Okay.
So we're going Hollywood. I'm just rambling because I'm nervous because I hate doing openers. No, I'm kidding. All right.
Well, that doesn't help me. I'm nervous.
No, it's fine once we get going. All right. So 1, 2, 3, clap, and then we'll get going. All right. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. 1, 2, 3, clap. That was perfect.
Nailed it.
Messed that up. I almost went. Are we going on 3?
1, 2, 3, then clap. No.
Because you pause and I'm like, am I doing it? No? Okay, wait.
It's fine. It's fine. We're
Rez got
professionals.
timed out by Nightbot already.
That's on
What?
you.
Yeah, already. I don't. Nightbot physically stopped that resolution.
He probably put a bunch of emotes, so whatever you set up for the filters and everything
I'm-
for Nightbot, you
Hold
probably have an anti-spamming on there.
It's my fault. Oh, it's excess. Hey, I didn't touch this setting. Hang on. Hang on. Wow, it really was not happy.
Permaban.
All right.
Shucks, it might. Let me slow it down because I think we want people to come in. I'm gonna disable it temporarily. I'm disabling excess emotes. We keep the black words, links disabled. Yes or no? Okay.
Nah.
We'll just, as long as nobody puts anything out of order. Okay, disabled only 3 things.
All right.
All right, so I'm at the same time working the podcast. as you're doing your podcast, I'm working the stream.
I love it. Are we good now?
I think we're good.
Okay.
So, Rez, are you back in? Sorry.
I'll get to do the opener eventually, and then we'll get going.
Should we reclap?
No. No.
I
I'll
can
just
do
wait.
it.
I'll just wait until there's a break, a silence. That way we can roll with it.
All right.
If-
All you, Joe.
Joe stops messing with stuff in the chat, breaking things. What's up, Squared?
Squared.
You good?
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Tyler. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us again for Pixels After Dark. I'm one of your hosts, Joe. With me, as always, is Ruby,
Hi.
Tyler,
Hello.
and our guest tonight is very special. She's one of the heart and souls of the community, and just one of the nicest people to ever meet is HeatherO.Studios. How you doing tonight, Heather?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me on, everybody.
Good. It's been a fun conversation leading up to this.
It has been. I'm enjoying it.
It has been a lot of fun. As you might know, we're in season 2, and it's been a blast so far, and I'm really looking forward to chatting more with you tonight. And we have some really exciting stuff that we're going to be touching on, having to do with the GTX convention and the Artist Alley online. So I'm really stoked to talk about that stuff, and that's going to be coming up here later in the show. But first, it's been a few weeks. Tyler, what have you been up to, man?
Starting a new job.
Dunkin'
That
Donuts?
has been... No, actually, I got a search and rescue job. So
I know.
it's been...
Super proud of you,
It's
man.
been really cool. It's been exhausting, though, because I work night shift. So that's been an adjustment, but it's been awesome. And now I'll have more time for art because I can actually do stuff during the day because I get off by like 10:30.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I've missed your super chill, on the couch reggae music art sessions on Twitch.
Oh, I am getting a PC so I can start streaming again.
Tell you what, that was some of the chillest times I had while working on paperwork and stuff like that. Adulting. When I would either chill in your stream or young Khan, before he had like 300 people watching him every waking moment when he streams. When it was like 20 people back in the day, it was like Tyler with his sweet chill reggae music, and then Khan with his just smoothness. Didn't get any better than that.
Don't you worry, I'll have my solid 2 people again, me and my microphone.
Nah, I'm psyched, man. I'll be number 3. I'll subscribe.
Oh boy,
it'll be great. Ruby, what have
about
you been
you,
up?
Ruby?
Yeah, right. She's been quiet.
I started doing art again, which is nice. Feels good. And I started playing a lot of Destiny again.
All
So I'm really
right.
happy.
I'm psyched.
I've really enjoyed this season.
Yeah? You guys liking it so far?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got a poop ton of stuff to catch up with, so there's endless content for me right now.
What's your what's your power level up to now?
Currently 1045.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot.
Apparently. Right when I think I'm doing pretty good with power level, somebody comes along and is like shatters like everything. It's like, I don't even know how you were able to accomplish that.
Dude,
That's
some
pretty
people
awesome.
have 1060 already. It's crazy.
I don't even want to acknowledge them. They're dead to me. No, I'm kidding. That's awesome.
That's extreme.
A little bit. I was joking. But I am a little uber jealous, because that is pretty sweet. I tried to jump into the new dungeon at 10:25. Ooh.
No.
That was just a sweaty hour and a half before we just gave up on it. And dude, the boss fight, the first boss, the first like hallway you go down, it's doable. And when you get to the boss room, it's doable. And after like 10 wipes, we finally got like the 4 pillars down, and it was DPS, and we're like, all right, we can finally light this dude up. And we lit him up and did like a quarter damage, and his overshield came back on, and our jaws dropped simultaneously and go, all that was just for a 30-second DPS? We're never going to do this. Not at this power level. So we ended up leaving.
It's rough, but it's so good once you get there. Like, I had my husband help me. He's quite on top of the game too, so I got carried, essentially, because I was 1041, I think, when I did it, and it was really hard just staying alive. I was basically just another target so that they wouldn't get shot too much, so they could do the stuff.
To do the stuff. I'm the decoy.
Do the stuff. Yes.
That's awesome. And I knew you did the dungeon because you were advertising on Twitter about the new hoodie.
Oh yeah, I messed that up. Yeah, I figured out my issue. I posted an issue. I got the email saying, "Hey, you did this successfully. Here, claim your prize." I claimed it, and it still says that I didn't claim it. I mean, that I had to earn it. It wasn't unlocked. You have to do the triumph. I mean, you have to unlock the triumph first. I didn't do that. I ignored a lot of my triumphs.
You got to go into it.
That was the only thing. Yeah, the email didn't specify do that first. So I'm like, I don't know. Okay.
Nice. I've been playing quite a bit of few things. One thing I was really excited for jumping into, we've been playing D&D lately. So with the other
Nice.
like mental health professionals, Matt is one of our mental health professionals and our co-host for the podcast, and he is a licensed master social worker. And then we had our clinical director, Dr. Williams, Dr. Goku on, myself, and then this past time playing D&D, we had Dr. Jared Kilmer from Game to Grow nonprofit. Super great guy, super great nonprofit. And dude, we had so much fun. It has been a blast. Like, I went on a buying dice binge, and I
Nice.
bought some new dice.
Oh yeah,
I
I
got
saw
some
your
gorgeous
sandstone.
blue sandstone ones,
Yes,
and
I
then
saw.
I had 6 custom made blue sandstone D20s with our nonprofit's logo on the 20 spot that I'm going to send. I haven't done it yet because I've been lazy, but I'm going to send everybody that we've been playing with in our group, all the professionals and everybody, one of those dice as like a keepsake and a thank you and something special for doing it. So I'm really,
Wow.
really excited for that.
That is super nice.
And then it's known that I barely play anything besides Destiny. It's very well known. And for that, our clinical director, bought Battlefield 4 for me and gifted it to me on Steam to force me to play a different game. So those guys have been dragging me into that chaos on Friday nights, and that game is chaos. After you
Yeah.
spend 15, 20 minutes trying to get into the match, then it's just insanity. But it's been a lot of fun. So, but anyway, Heather, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
Oh, let's see. In between trying to get this artist alley ready to go.
Right?
You've been
Yeah.
so
I've been up all
busy.
night. So I get a chance to play normally very, very late at night or really early in the morning. And I've been playing Animal Crossing, trying to jump back into Horizon Zero Dawn, and then trying to fit in some Destiny, if at all possible, this week. I don't know if it will be possible at all today, though, to beat any of my bounties before reset. So instead, I am fighting to get 2 crazy animals off my island. I can't get them out.
Wait,
It's random. You gotta wait. It sucks.
are we talking about
Yes,
the game
we
I
are.
think we are?
Yes,
Dude,
we are.
Yes,
what is
again,
up with this game, man?
Buy it. It's so good.
It's so good. It was like the perfect timing for COVID to be happening.
There you go.
The
See?
most relaxing game that I've ever jumped into.
It doesn't matter where we are. This game gets name dropped every recording. At some point, Animal Crossing gets brought up. It's starting to blow my mind.
Hey, you should try it, Joe.
It's been dropping since February, like name dropping in every episode. Like, it's insane. I love it.
Sponsored by Animal Crossing.
Worst case, your kids will play it.
Oh, I know my daughters will play it for sure. One already asked me, but her birthday's in the end of July, so we'll see. I'll probably end up getting it. If we could ever get any more Switches in stock in the U.S., for crying out loud.
Yeah, that's been rough.
I want to get our youngest daughter her own Switch because she's using the oldest.
For YouTube.
She uses it for YouTube. I don't know why. You know, she's got her own tablet and everything else, but like she works that thing like, you know, she owns it, like dot 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 swipe boop 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 boop, and it's like I couldn't pull YouTube up on a Switch, but she does. So, but no, that's awesome. I hope you get to find an opportunity to kind of digress a little bit and jump into some video games. You know, you definitely need to, before the weekend hits, to jump on for an hour or two and just partake in some shooting aliens and have some
That would
fun.
be nice. Last few times I've tried to play, I have fallen asleep, and then I wake up and my character is like walking in the wrong direction on a strike. So I realize that I'm now a hindrance in every strike that I've jumped into.
Oh my goodness!
I'm now that person. So I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't be playing this. I'm gonna have to play the Switch because the Switch turns off on you anyway, so that's fine with me. My PlayStation does not. So I'm tired of embarrassing myself.
No, you're just trying to get that that loot What was that forge glitch that people were doing last week? What was it called? There was a name for
Oh, the AFK.
Yeah. You're just trying to get
Forge.
that AFK loot. That's what it is.
I remember doing that for the lore. I didn't realize people were doing it for engrams. Too late, though. I missed out on my chance.
Well, while we're chatting, Heather, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself and, people that might not know you, give them a rundown. Who are you, Heather?
Sure. Hi, I'll try to keep it really short. Hello. I'm pretty new to the Destiny community art system, I guess, here. So I'm a artist and UX designer. I've been designing professionally for about, over 10 years now. And I've done all kind of different designs. I've been an industrial designer, a production designer, I've graphic designer, and then got really tired of doing corporate designing and decided to do UX designing where I could focus on websites and apps. Especially for my last job, I was working in an advertising agency. And then due to COVID, funny enough, just quite a few crazy things happened where I got furloughed at my job. But then my pins came in, and that ended up being a great hit for a lot of folks. And so now I'm focusing on this nonprofit of Artist Alley, working on my Etsy store, and trying to figure out what time to sleep. That's some of the big stuff.
Well, welcome and thank you. And you know what? Some of that I didn't know. I didn't realize that you've been doing UI and stuff for over 10 years now. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I picked up on it. I didn't know I was doing it for many, many years. A friend of mine who was a coworker told me, "Do you know what you're doing?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And for a graphic designer to always question seemed odd to him. Because normally you're getting your assignment and you just spit out the artwork based on what folks do or ask for. And normally I would ask, why am I making this? What is this for? I would ask way too many questions, I guess. So he said, you're doing UX design, you should try to take a class in it. And I didn't do it right away. And after like a couple of months, I decided to take a class and loved it and advanced my skills into it. And so, yeah, I really absolutely love it. I do enjoy that. And I bring those skills over to this artist alley that we've created here.
Yes.
Which I'm so happy and glad that that folks have signed up for it. We're ready to go.
Well, you know what? While we're talking about it, why don't we jump right into it? You want to give everybody a little rundown of the GCX Artist Alley? Maybe tell us kind of the behind the scenes. Actually, it originated from. Actually, I want Heather to say it. I like when Heather's telling stories. She's a good storyteller.
That's my favorite thing to do in my own chat. I like telling stories. So I'm going to take us way, way back before we all jumped in the server together. Irresolute and I were supposed to have a booth together because this would have been my first year of selling artwork in maybe 10 years. And so when we started having these talks about doing it, we were trying to figure out how we were going to set up the booth. What are we going to do? And then COVID started to activate. And I told him, I'm more of a pessimist and he's the optimist. And I'm like, what are we going to do when this closes down? And he was thinking, no, nothing will happen. But I said, well, why don't we have a backup? I typically have done this on my streams, like a collab stream. And he was like, oh, this is a really cool idea. What do you mean by that? I'm like, well, having two artists sit together, almost like in this podcast kind of standard, we both share each other's screens, let the chat have a lot of fun, chatting with us, we chat with them. And why don't we do something like that prior as well? And he said, let's go ahead and share that once we found out that GCX in person wasn't going to happen. Let's share that into the server. And it just blew up after that. It was Average Joe here. It was UTC, you and as well, Ruby. And then we had Straya, Tanya. They jumped right on in and were just so enthusiastic. And the community was just jumping in on this and so enthusiastic. And so, long story short, we ended up creating really what Artist Alley is two things. It is trying to raise money for St. Jude. That's going to be one of our biggest. And the second one is all those vendors that were supposed to be at GCX who are unable to go now. We still wanted to be there. We still wanted to add something to this show and be a part of it in some sort of way. As we're different than the creative content makers. Their job is to kind of pull people in. The vendors are to push and really push for those donations and push for folks to do that. So yeah, the second part is also learning who these artists are, getting to know them, whether they're new or whether these are artists that you've already seen before, just getting the outside community to learn who these creatives are. And I'm happy to say that it's doing very well. I believe our stream starts on Saturday at 10 a.m. and goes until 2 a.m. And we're also doing the same thing on Sunday, and it's happening this week. So if you can, come in and join. And I'm going to just do a little plug right here. If you check out the Artist Alley online, that's the webpage. It's gcxevent.com/artistalley. And you will see all the different storefronts right there. There's some exclusive Destiny items from different artists. So I highly tell you to please check them out. I've already bought way too much.
Same. Guilty.
Actually,
it was too tempting when it got set up. Like, as it was being set up, it was just like peak. It's like, ooh, I could buy this now. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it now before it sells out.
I did too, and I actually was shopping on my stream the other day. So while I was streaming art, I was shopping other people's art. So.
Wait, whoa. So while you were streaming, you were shopping other people's stores?
I was. My chat was now, like, what are we doing here? So we were all shopping together.
What we're doing is we're testing links. We're texting, seeing the size of the tiles, making sure it all works. Oh, yep. This payment, acceptance, that worked great. Oh, look at that. PayPal worked on this one.
The experience was great for all the users involved.
Yeah, I need to put another wall up somewhere so I can hang more. It's getting a little overwhelming here.
Only Joe would have that problem. I need to build another wall to hang more art.
Well, I got another half of the office that I can kind of like go out in kind of like a little like waiting room area, and we'll call it a foyer, and I could hang art out there. But now my better half has been stealing my frames out of my office because I hoard frames. I'll buy them on sale places, and I'll just put them in like totes and stuff in my office. And I'm noticing a lot are going missing. And I'm seeing things freshly framed around my house. So it's working out for somebody at least. No, but you're absolutely right, Heather. It's such an amazing thing, and it was such a great idea. I know when GCX was canceled, we caught wind of it. Like, I think it was all within the same day all this stuff transpired, and we had the server from last year for the big GCX Artist Alley episode that we did, and that was so much fun. It was so crazy, but I can't thank everybody enough for being a part of that. I think we had like 24 different artists from Artist Alley on there to kind of talk briefly about their booth, what they were going to have, and it was so cool. But we still have the server, and we're utilizing it right now for this, and just seeing the amount of just community passion and collaboration between everyone that is a part of organizing it and supporting it is just absolutely amazing. It got to a point where I just stepped back from it because literally everybody had it absolutely covered. There's nothing I can add to it besides moral support from a distance. I mean, you guys are crushing it. Cowhat has been crushing it. I mean, High Res has just the teamwork involved in this has been absolutely amazing. And if people don't take the opportunity to go check out the website and see all the different tiles, it is so impressive. So impressive. All the link trees, like, I've never seen so much information in one spot for artists, and just where it is right now, I can't wait to see where it goes in the future, because it can only get better and just grow from there. And we're actually donating, well, not donating, but we're lending, air quotes, lending our Twitch channel. That way there's a place for the stream this weekend to go off of, and it's going to be real exciting. And Heather, you've been doing a lot of work in the background, adding so much to the channel. At one point, you spooked me because you put our channel on vacation mode. It was like, uh-oh, this might be a problem come Monday night. So thank you for taking it off vacation mode. But you've added so much to it, so I can't thank you and everybody enough for everything you've been doing.
Oh, thank you guys for letting me play into your channel. Literally, I have been in the background messing with things, messing with settings. So no, I do really, really appreciate it. And I know the team absolutely appreciates it. And we cannot wait for this weekend. I've already been talking to quite a few artists. I think we've already done a couple of tests, and they're all excited to get this going and get it started.
Now, to give people a little sneak peek, this episode is going to release before this weekend to kind of give it a little more of a boost. Now, you're going to be streaming yourself on the channel Saturday evening, the first morning, between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, what are you going to be doing for your block? Do you know yet?
So I'm still working out the details on that one, but a lot of what I'm testing for, and even in my own stream, is I'm going to do a lot more giveaways than I normally do. I have some black cards that have been a big hit on my store that I had no idea that. Thank you all for loving those cards. Pins to give away. Nerdy Girl has also offered a lot of art from other artists that she had collected. And typically she would bring this to somebody's booth to hand out, but she was unable to. And so she asked me, could you add this to the stream so that these would lead to donations? So I think we have about 20, 25 plus items that I need to go through and categorize and see what we can give out. So I'm doing the giveaway. And then at some point, and I got to talk to so-and-so, but Vanguard Armory Pins will be joining me on my stream as a special guest as well. So
that's awesome.
So I'm definitely going to be drawing, doing some art, but yeah, he's coming in and we're going to sit and chat.
Yep, and I think he's streaming on Sunday, between 10 p.m. and midnight, Sunday night. So he's going to be kind of wrapping it up right before the Exo Collective. And just looking at this roster, we're going to pin it in our show notes so everybody can see everybody that's going to be streaming, the schedule, and then also all the artists involved and also the shops. So, and you can get all this information from the gcxevents.com Artist Alley website. This is directly on the convention's website. So this is a big deal. As much as, the community, but it's just the Artist Alley itself has developed into this, and it's so cool to have the GCX team back it and, bring it under their wing onto the website and carry it, further. It's going to be a blast. I really hope that you get 25,000 people watching you, because you think 10 people is bad. No, I'm kidding.
I'm good for like 7 people. I'm like, wait.
She's like, don't you put that on me.
Yeah, let's not. I just want at least 5.
No, I'm kidding. I'll edit that out. Don't worry about it. No.
But no, we are super excited. I think we've already kicked it off already. So we got $50 in donations. Thanks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Halo for kicking it off for me. And absolutely, we're so excited. I'm actually double checking the schedule. I want to watch everybody all weekend long. So, and what's great is a lot of people don't know that, GCX may be over. The streams are over, but we're still here. It's still happening. So pay attention to us. We're here. We're going to be here for you. We're just online now.
Yep. We got to start promoting it a little bit more, getting the word out there across socials and everything. And even though the main charity week, the big push week, has ended, and GCX has raised over $6 million for St. Jude's this year, which is absolutely amazing. congratulations to everybody involved with that. It's a real, I want to say triumph because we were talking about triumphs, but it's a great accomplishment because every single year that the Destiny community convention to Guardian Con to GCX, every single year they have beat the previous year's record. So I think it started out with like $1 million, then it went to like 3, then 4, and now it's at $6 million. And to run the entire hospital for a day, I think it's like 1.2 million, 1.25 million
Something
dollars
like
to run it
that,
for the day, for an entire day. So essentially, this community and the GCX community is essentially going to be running all expenses across St. Jude Children's Hospital for several days in a row, which is absolutely amazing.
Basically
And
5 days.
this proves right there that gaming does good. And you can't say it enough, and I can't say it enough. Gaming does good for so many different things. And if you want proof, there it is right there. If you think gamers are just sitting in their mother's basement playing that and eating potato chips all day, you are sadly wrong. The gaming culture and community have developed into something that is truly amazing. And keep an eye on it because we're going to be doing much more greater things. But I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave because I don't know what else to say. I'm waiting for somebody else to say something.
Super important. And that, you know, it's great. Everyone pitched in, and we're still having a pandemic in the world too. So there is some good out there. Thank you for anybody who's donated, who spent the time watching the streams, who shared the message.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
6 million with a pandemic running around is amazing.
Yeah. Employment levels as low as they've been and everything, people still opening up their wallets. It's pretty amazing.
Yep. Every dollar helps, and it's truly amazing what everybody can accomplish when they work together. You want to give us a little more of a behind-the-scenes look at the GCX Artist Alley online? When the idea first came through, working with, now you worked with the surveys. Now when it first started out, we needed to get information, and you created the surveys to send to all the artists, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I wanted to find out is when we started to talk about the idea, we really needed to know if folks were interested in it. And for sure, Cowhat and Straya and Rez did say, well, we kind of want to see if we can hook this up with GCX.
Right.
It would itself. And so the first survey that went out was, let's find out who's interested in it. And not only interested, how would you want to interact with each other? You know, would a web page work? Would also this art stream / collaborative stream method work? And overwhelmingly, anybody that took the survey, and I can't remember initially, I think we had like 15 vendors say yes. We would absolutely love to be a part of this. We would love to be able to stream. We want to be there, even though we can't physically be there. And so that was the first initial, and that kicked off. I think we figured out everything in logistics wise within the first 3 days of all of us sitting in.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's right around there.
Yeah, it didn't take us very long to figure that out, and we've just been clicking ever since. And I think we've been doing this for 2 months straight, and we've gotten so much done in 2 months. Originally, we had a separate page, and I also helped to kind of create like a little bit of a user workflow and coordinating tasks that needed to be done on the back end, reviewing what needed to be done, tagging all of you when I needed something to be done. And now my role is switched from doing so many of these different surveys, collecting information that way, is now, now the schedule and stream coordinator. And making sure that now when this weekend, everybody is on point, we're all on time. How are we going to do this? Sending out, collecting all that information, putting it into one packet, and just making sure that we are always organized, always on point every moment. So.
And that's a huge thing. Go ahead.
It's actually been really amazing seeing the amount of work you guys have put into it. just for example, Strata almost building a website, like you said, originally from scratch, because we didn't know if Guardian Con was going to pair, or sorry, not Guardian Con, GCX was going to pair up with us or not. So the fact that she put in all that work ended up not being needed, but she didn't even hesitate with that. I mean, that was huge. Rez jumping in with handling graphics and different things like that without hesitation. Cowhat kind of being the mediator between GCX staff and you guys as well. It was amazing that this group of people that didn't necessarily collaborate before were suddenly operating like a machine. I mean, you guys really did stuff extremely efficiently and quickly. Is pretty cool to watch.
Amazing. And then Insurmountable Ace jumped in and created this really awesome screen transition that I got a chance to show off on my stream over the weekend, and I absolutely love it. I just needed a change of colors for me. But I'm hoping that everybody uses that this weekend too. So he's on the back end handling the IT needed. But yeah, I can't believe I've never had a marketing team work so well in all my years of corporate. I've never had it work so well. It's a treasure.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can do something with it even after the event's over. I think it's a very unique thing. This Artist Alley online, you don't see it anywhere. So hopefully they can kind of find a way to keep it going.
I certainly hope so. Maybe we can do this for other charities. Events. Maybe when we'll do a post survey, because I actually need to create that on my list, a post survey, and asking the streamers how it went for them. And we're hoping to do this outside of GCX.
Well, we were having this conversation in the DCA admin chat. We were talking about it, and we were saying it's actually a really great opportunity for people outside of the country to be able to participate, because so many of them want to, but obviously travel's a lot more difficult for them. So this is a way for them to still contribute to the charity, still get their work seen, maybe sell some stuff, and not be physically at the event, which I think is something that could be of value later on, even if they still have a physical event.
I love that idea, and I'm writing that down. Right.
Stealing it. No, I'm kidding.
Really are. Thank you.
No, you're absolutely right. It is a great opportunity, because think about the community members from Australia, just as an example. It's a $1,200 flight just to go to it. It doesn't count everything else. So you're looking at a $4,000 weekend. You know, it's absolutely crazy. And to have just maybe the opportunity to get some of the goodies that you never were able to get before, dude, that's huge. Huge for somebody. I'm still waiting on something from last year's Guardian Con.
Hurry.
Yay!
It's still there, and it's okay. It's still safe.
Good. It's probably in that box behind you. I'm just anticipating one of these times that we jump on a call, you're just going to be like, oh, Joe, by the way, this might not show up if you piss me off. No.
No, I might be able to use that box. I'll do some measurements and see. Good idea.
I have those every once in a while. But, no, well, that's great. And you know what? We could probably sit here all night and talk about that, but you guys want to dive into some fun stuff?
I like fun stuff.
Now, sure. I don't know if anybody took up anything. And there are a couple things that we like to do on Pixels After Dark that we haven't yet done this season. And one of those is, I kind of named it in our show notes, Strange Rabbit Hole Facts. So, because it's called rabbit holing. I mean, and Tyler first brought this up, way back when, our first episode, and we've actually just been enjoying it ever since, because it's really fun when you're doing research on a new project that you are constantly doing, looking at, pictures and on Google and all the research and everything, and then you'll find something. And that something will lead to another thing. And that thing will lead to another thing. And then to another and another and another. And before you know, when you get to the end, you know how many rivets are on like a B-52 bomber from World War II or whatnot. And it's just weird rabbit holing like that. So does anybody have any strange rabbit hole facts or anything that they can think of off the top of their head? Is that a no? No?
Can I make a confession on mine that my teammate knows? So I don't have an Xbox, so I need to point this out right now. I did not have an Xbox, my brother did. The rabbit hole I jumped into was I can't remember. I was looking something up while I was building out a UI for an app. I needed to look up kind of like a voice command initiator. And so I somehow or other landed on Cortana, and then I'm like, all right, I need to know more about Cortana. And then it led over to Master Chief, and then me finding out that Master Chief was not a robot at all. I didn't know this for years. I always thought he was a robot. I had no idea what the thing about Master Chief was. I had no idea.
My goodness. This is juicy.
So when I typed to my brother, I went, "Did you know Master Chief was human?" And he just his silence in the text message. Like it was like 10 minutes that he couldn't figure out what to type. And he just goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't know. Did you know he was human?" And then I started going into all the different lore, and now I've been jumping into the books, but then now I'm comparing the books of Halo to the lore in Destiny. I'm like, I'm trying to find connections there now. So I'm in this kind of wreck. So I'm in this mess of going, well, he's human. So wait a minute, maybe this means something in Destiny, and I just don't know, and we're going to figure this out. So, yeah, I have a problem. I'm learning more about the Halo universe, so I wanted to make sure to confess that now.
There you go.
And I would like to apologize to the Focus Fire chat group when I made fun of them last year. We were supposed to hang out, but Blue and Pens decided to go and take off to some Halo installation, and I was like, what's the big deal? It's just Halo. I've played it for 2 seconds. It's just a shooter. I had no idea. Now I really am wanting to go to an installation, but sadly COVID is messing everything up. So hopefully next year I will be able to join and buy them a drink or something. Is my apologies. So,
well, I hope so. I hope you buy them at least a drink.
Yeah, that was so bad. So there's my rabbit hole, ladies and gentlemen.
I had a good one. My daughter, my oldest daughter, has been wanting to watch a scary movie. All right? This was a couple weeks ago. I thought a fitting movie for her first one would be Cabin in the Woods. Has anybody seen it?
Oh.
Ruby's seen it. I saw that face. The one where they pick, like, it's almost like it's a stereotypical, like, college kids go out to a cabin. But then it switches to, like, a control room. And it's very well-known actors are, like, controlling, like, have cameras all over the place. And it's like a setup. And they essentially pick the monster that's going to essentially kill them. Has anybody ever looked at, like, paused the screen and looked at the bulletin board? Because at one point, everybody in that control room takes bets what monster the kids are going to pick, because at a certain point they're going to pop the basement door open, and of course, curiosity, all the college kids go down into the basement, and there's all these artifacts and junk and all this stuff. Now the thing is, whatever they pick up, whatever they touch, that represents a monster, and that monster is going to come and kill them, depending on what they pick up. So if they pick up like a diary, a zombie family's gonna awaken and come after them. Okay,
got it.
Heather's giving me this weird look, like she's never seen this, so you're gonna be Thor's in it, so you gotta watch it now. It's so funny, like one of these
Easter eggs.
It's so funny.
There are known monsters in that movie.
What's that?
There are a lot of known monsters in that movie.
Yes, a lot. And as a matter of fact, there is a video game tie-in. So when you get later in the movie, and they're going down into the actual, like, control room area, all the different cubes that contain all the different monsters, if you pause it when they're going down, like, you'll see another person, like, banging on the glass. If you pause it right then, there are 2 monsters from the game Left 4 Dead highlighted in that movie in those cubes. And it's the witch and
the brute, I think.
You remember the witch from Left 4 Dead? Oh man, she was so creepy.
Dude, me and my dad used to play that game together. That was like our thing.
I used to hate going around the corner. You'd hear the witch and then crying. And you'd be like, "Get away!"
Every time, yeah. I would straight like stop playing. I'm like, nope, we're good. We made it far. It's fine.
She was relentless, but it was the witch and the boomer. So those two, if you pause it when you see the person banging on the glass, pause it right there, and you will see the witch right next to her in the cube, and right above her is the boomer. So a nice video game reference in the movie. But Heather, you got to check this movie out. You can find it on Hulu right now for free to watch. It's called Cabin in the Woods. It is like a side of a scary movie that you have never seen before, and it's so cool because I enjoyed it so much. And the one guy, all the different, like, you have maintenance and this and that, and they're all taking bets on what monster's going to kill him, and the one guy in the control room's just like bumming out, and he's like, "What's wrong, Mark? I'm never going to see a merman." I'm like, "It's okay, buddy. One day you'll see a merman." And then you see what happens later in the movie. But it's so cool. But one of the heroes is a stoner, and the stoner is like the comic relief, and he's the only one that makes sense. Like, at one point they're in the cabin, and they're like, "We need to stick together," and they're like, "Oh no, we can't have that." And they're like, you hear keys, and they're like, "Put the fog in," and everything. You see this mist come through, and they're like, "Wait, we should all split up." And the stoner's like, "What? That's a terrible idea." And then the control room, "Find out what's in that guy's weed, man. It's counteracting what's going on with our fog and everything." So he ends up being the only one that like has a coherent thought and like calls BS on everything else. Like, that's a terrible idea. Why would we split up? Why are you gonna go out there? That guy's got a knife. And you gotta watch it now. But check it out. Any other rabbit holes before I continue on with Cabin in the Woods?
I kind of had a weird one the other day because, spiders are all coming out now with summer.
The what?
The
spiders.
Like spiders.
Oh God, yeah.
They're all kind of out and about now that the heat's there. So we were going to the beach because the beach is finally open. So we're like, oh, our son is 5 months old, so he's never experienced the beach. So we're like, well, we're going to take him to the beach.
Oh yeah, I saw those pictures.
Yeah, so I'm grabbing our like beach wagon that we load all our stuff in when we go. And there's a black widow on it. And I'm like, okay, let me clean this off or whatever. So I clean that off, kill the widow. So then I grab like one of our sand chairs. There's a black widow on that. So I started getting really annoyed because I'm like, why are there all these black widows in my garage right now? So I ended up Googling like, how many black widows can live in a garage? And it was something like 20 different black widows could all be in your garage at one point or another. So that led me to then what was the most poisonous black widow, which turns out it's the black widow in Africa. And then I found out it carries like 100 babies at a time, and it's endangered because of deforestation, because it lives in this particular forest in Africa. So that was terrifying. That was a fun rabbit hole. Because I'm definitely afraid of spiders, but I couldn't help but like keep clicking the next link to learn more about this freaking African black widow. Wow. But then I feel bad because it's endangered.
Do you though?
Yeah, kind of. Because I'm like, it's not its fault. It lives in the forest, and we're chopping it down. But then I saw the 100 babies, and I was like,
yeah, it's like. It's like, man, these horse flies are, in danger. We need to protect them. There's only a few left. God damn it. They bit me. It's like, let's save the last other 2 that are over there.
Yeah.
It's like,
needless to say, I sprayed the garage, so we're good now.
That sounds like arachnophobia. Like, have you seen that movie?
Or
you have arachnophobia.
I'm right here. I was willing to burn down my car to get one out. I'm going to burn this car down.
I will throw a gallon of gas and a flare in my car to get rid of it.
To get him out. I almost burned the house down trying to get one out.
Have you ever left your window like half cracked like at night, and then the next day you come in and you get in your car and there's a spider web going across your car. That's the worst feeling in the world because you know it's still somewhere in the car.
Oh, yes. Since I live in Florida, they're definitely making a home on my car every night. And there's one, I don't know where he is, how he gets there, but he makes the most elaborate web across one side of my car, which is the driver's side. And he makes, ugh. And I'm like, why? Why here? Please.
You know, from his perspective, he's like, damn it, every morning I wake up and this thing is destroyed. I have to do it all over again.
Every morning, and it drives me nuts. I want him off of the car, and maybe he's just attracted to the red car. I don't know. But when I lived
this is
up
a
north,
fun thing about webs. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, fun thing about webs. There's actually a study where they play music on orb weavers, and it makes them spin different shapes. So if you ever want to look at that, it's really interesting.
That's a good fun fact. I want to look at that.
Interesting
I've
fact.
heard of them.
I'm not going to, in case a spider shows up. I'll take your word for that one.
I can't remember if you were talking about it last time, Tyler, but I those orb spiders sound familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw it on like Nat Geo one time, and then I was like, ooh, I want to look at that.
It's actually the hive he's been looking at this whole time. The lore is getting deep.
For what, Destiny?
Song. Yeah, that's what the hive look like to me. They're like just gigantic spiders.
The Fallen are spiders.
Well, are they though? Like this?
Yeah. If you talk with Anon, he basically like akins them to like spiders / cockroach mix.
But they're not genetically, surely.
I don't know if you check out.
Well,
Well,
They got
actually,
the multiple eyes.
They have an exoskeleton.
Oh,
Yeah,
are they? Is that? I thought they were fleshy inside. It looks fleshy.
Well, if you look at Roderick Weiss's art station, he does.
Oh, he's a perfect one to ask.
You're damn right, because he made the Fallen.
Yeah.
He put a full body without armor Fallen. I don't think it was a captain. I think it was just a drag.
It was like a drag, yeah.
For their anatomy, so you could check it out, and it is kind of cockroachish. You know, it has that like exoskeleton on the outside, and actually people in our chat are going, "Yep, Fallen, yep, nailed it."
Interesting.
Yeah,
Get into that rabbit hole. Yeah, I had no idea. I assumed it was the hive because they always seem to have the exoskeleton right there. And
the hive are like shrimp. I'm not even joking. They really
shrimp?
are. They're like
Shrimp,
crustaceans. Yeah.
No, they're kind of like the insects of the sea, right?
Yeah.
Water bugs.
Because weren't they like krill or something like that before they got all?
They weren't
super buffed.
They
lived on land, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Very short lives, and they, from my impression, they were like just weaker versions of what they look like now. That's what I imagined when I read the lore.
Yeah, I'd have to look at it again. I want to say they're like crustaceans, though.
This is going to be a rabbit hole right now.
Oh, lore is a rabbit hole.
Get your pins and red strings ready, everyone.
You know, I still can't figure out the 9. I don't even know. What
are they
planets? No. Well,
no.
There's one Fallen or one member of the 9 for each planet. So the emissary we have
they're
is
not
the one for
the
Earth.
Planet.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But there's one for every planet and 9 in the solar system. So every solar system has one. And
gotcha. I was accumulating it to like the Celestials from Marvel. Like it was like a planet.
For a split second, I thought you were gonna say like Sailor Scouts or something from like.
Rez is saying the 9 are the people who chose not to become awoken from Exodus ship.
I thought it was.
On.
I thought they didn't choose. I thought it was just something that happened to them in the process of going through the awoken transformation. that 9 of them didn't have a choice in the matter. Something happened to their bodies, is what at least what I gathered. Maybe I might be wrong on that one.
I don't know.
But
I might be sending Irez an invite to the Zoom call to dive deep into
Right?
this, and we're gonna wrap it
Someone get Bife on the phone right now. Like, call
I'm
Bife.
sorry. I like the Sailor Moon reference now, so that's how I'm going to refer to them. I'll
Really?
be like, that's Neptune, that's Mars.
I dig that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Niner. Oh my gosh, let's go see. Is there enough Sailor Scouts are the 9 the Sailor Scouts?
I would
my God!
be super down with it. This needs to be an art thing now. That's what we're doing. The 9 are now Sailor Scouts. It's fine.
There's 9.
Who's gonna tweet it first?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, that might be me.
Dude, the epiphany.
And then tag Anon and Bungie and
watch
everybody.
him lose his mind.
We figured it out.
I love that, man. I'll tell
The
you.
9 are the Scouts.
That would be
Who's Sailor Moon?
the Traveler, right? No, us? Would we be Sailor Moon?
Are we Sailor Moon?
I think we are. It's either us or like the Drifter.
Oh my god.
Maybe the Drifter's Sailor Moon.
So I'm taking. You know how they were doing that Sailor Moon art thing for a little bit? The drawing style Sailor Moon.
Oh,
I'm now putting Drifter's face on her. It has to be done.
And that's how you rabbit hole, right there. I love that. Was perfect. Well,
somebody please type Sailor. We should have that as a command in the chat. Who are the 9? The Sailor Scouts.
Sailor Scouts.
Make a command for it. I'm gonna actually.
Yeah, we gotta write this out. Please
and it'll be a joke over the weekend where it'll be command. Who are the 9? And then Sailor Scouts.
Just all the Sailor Scouts will pop up.
Yeah, that's going in the show notes right here.
Oh, man. There's like the perfect 9.
That's fantastic.
And I have a friend who is a Sailor Moon influencer herself. So I should be like, hey, I think there's a connection. Can you help me with this?
Can you confirm?
Can you talk to me? There's a lot of unanswered questions to Sailor Moon anyway, so this may fill in those gaps.
Irez is throwing out all sorts of theories and this and that really makes me very proud that I get opportunities to game with him, because he never talks about this stuff while we're gaming. Dude, look at these conversations. I mean, he's sitting here saying, I heard an interesting theory that Zer was actually a Jovian who went mad. I want to hear more about that. Like a mad shopkeeper. Well, now it's just weird. Now
Jupiter?
If he's a mad shopkeeper, what's Brother Vance now?
Fanboy
tax
right
collector.
now.
A tax collecting fanboy. I'm gonna cut this out.
Brother Vance is literally like he just reminds me of dealing with the IRS.
Oh my god, that's a terrible comparison right there.
Every time I talk to him, I'm like, this is depressing.
This is depressing. Tell Osiris I miss him.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Settle down, buddy.
Yeah.
He's got a little special right now. I don't know what happened to Brother Vance the last few times. It's
yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna be heartbroken if they sunset Mercury. It would be kind of fitting. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're sunsetting so much, even raids. Like, I'm like blown away. Scourge of the Past is one of my favorite raids now. I've played it enough with everybody. It's a fun raid that everybody can do and get through it, and there's a sweet reward that every time you get to the final chest, it's like, who's gonna maybe get Anarchy, and nobody does, and it's like, oh, well, you know what, that was fun still, but I'm gonna be bummed that we're gonna be losing Leviathan, Scourge of the Past, Crown of Sorrows. Like, they're taking so much away. But memory is a huge issue right now. I mean, the game is enormous. So, I mean, I don't know how World of Warcraft does it. None of the raids?
I did the very first one, and that was it.
You mean Vault of Glass?
No, I did all the
D2
D1
ones.
raids.
Oh, okay, so yeah, Leviathan.
D2, I've only done the original Leviathan, but none of the like add-ons or any of the other raids.
You're on PlayStation, right?
I'm on the Xbox.
Of course you are.
That's why.
But you said you're getting a PC.
Yes.
So
we'll get that set up.
You get that PC set up, and I will buy your season pass to get you over
already have
on
it.
No, well, you got to get it for the computer. You got to get it for PC now.
Not the season pass, but the expansions you have to get.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll get you on that.
That's
we'll
fine.
Bring you through
Bungie's given me plenty of entertainment over the years that I'm willing to throw them whatever for the expansions.
I had to buy the expansion. I played with some friends on PS4 the other week, and I had to buy it on PlayStation because I've been playing on PC so long.
Yeah.
It was worth it, though. But
I have it on both now. Yeah, it's worth it for sure.
What was that?
I have it on both for now as well, too. Just a lot of my friends play on PC now, and so I had to.
Do you maintain characters on both?
They're the same. Cross save.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
I have the old ones, too. I don't touch that account anymore.
I know. I'm such a noob. Such a noob. But anyways, we could sit here and chat all night. But we got one more thing. We brought this back for this episode because we thought I thought it would be super fun and special, especially with the live stream recording. Something a little bit fun for people in the chat to interact with and have some fun with outside of the rabbit holing. It sounds so weird when you say that, but 60-second challenge. So who's down for? Tyler, you're messing up my boxes again, man.
Oh, what? What'd I do?
You're breaking stuff.
Oh, I see.
Ruby's Tyler. Tyler's Ruby.
We're playing musical chairs.
Wait, how?
I don't know. Did you?
It looks the same on my screen.
We're in a Zoom call.
I know. I'm still in the top left on the Zoom call.
Oh, you're in the bottom left on my Zoom. I'm in the middle.
Nice.
It's musical chairs.
Shuffled a bit.
You know what? We'll do it live. No. We're going to go into the 60-second challenge. Now, Heather agreed that she is down to do it. So, if you're not aware, the 60-second challenge used to be the 30-second challenge, but we bumped it up a little bit. What we're going to do is now we're going to ask the chat to suggest some subjects, some subject matters. Whatever we get, and sometimes in the past we've actually meshed them together like ninja hamsters, to give an example. Whatever chat comes up with, or if chat doesn't come up with anything, we will think of one. You will have 60 seconds to draw it. Sound like fun?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Let's set up my machine over here.
All right, we do have a delay with the chat, but okay. 10's already in it with Baby War Beast. Now, is anybody in chat watching, tuning in with our live recording stream, want to suggest a subject? Right now we have Baby War Beast. Could be the Kool-Aid Man, or Cinderella, or
Robot Master Chief.
Robot Master Chief. How about
that would just be his helmet?
Robot War Beast Master Chief? No. Baby War Beast Master Chief? No.
I gotta look up a war beast. I forgot what they look like.
They look like dogs with like a triangle on their forehead.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Spiky dogs.
What? Oh, the dogs. Yep, yeah.
No.
They almost look like they came from Panzer Dragoon, but then got mutated. Nobody knows that one? All right.
Clinton Felker would have loved that reference.
What was it?
Panzer
Dragoon.
I'm that old. I just showed my age to everyone.
The face of the Dragoon looks exactly like a war beast almost. Except they got the longer
I love
unicorn spike.
Sailor Moon Hive Wizard.
Sailor Moon Hive Wizard. Wizard. That is
Oh,
awesome.
tachos. Oh man, thank you, buddy.
Sailor Moon Hive Wizard. This is all going down. I'm doing a Destiny Sailor Moon series.
We've
It's
got
happening.
the Sailor Moon series.
Yeah, everyone take a character. Dibs on Mars. Just because I like the color red.
Okay.
How do we feel about either Baby Warbeast, Master Chief, or Sailor Moon Hive Wizard?
Yeah, that's the winner for me. Sailor Moon Hive
Me
Wizard.
too.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
same.
All right.
I got it.
In 60 seconds. No pressure.
60 seconds? Oh boy, and I'm bad at drawing people, so we gotta go quick. Is it starting now?
I'll tell you. I'll count down to
Okay.
3, and then you start.
Okay.
I'll time you, and then I'll tell you when to start. I'll let you know when you're halfway there, and then when you have 10 seconds left.
Okay.
You set?
Just about. All I had to look
Wow.
up.
Ruby, don't be so pushy.
I don't want to start without her being ready.
Well, actually, I had to make sure my pencil. Let me double check. Okay,
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
charged. Yeah, that's
Okay.
one of the cool things. Okay, ready.
3, 2, 1, start.
All right, she is focused, moving. Oh man, she's going. This is actually I would love to see a full rendition of a Sailor Moon Hive Wizard. I think
Right?
that would be epic on so many different levels.
It's going down.
How did we get on the subject of Sailor Moon?
The 9.
Lower.
The 9. The 9.
30 seconds in.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's actually not a lot of time.
It used to be only 30 seconds.
It's a lot of scribbling.
Yeah. Yeah. We got some amazing pieces out of it, though.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
horrendous sketch, but
No one has not been very interesting and fun to look at. So 10 seconds left.
We did have a few people do full pieces from these challenges, and
9. All right.
they come
And
out amazing.
down.
okay, pen down it.
All right, feel free to
Wasn't
hold
bad.
it up to your camera and show us in the chat, and we will actually post it on
Let's see if
social
we can
media if
see
we
it.
can.
Let's see how bad it was. Okay, so I like Sailor Jupiter, so I made a very crazy looking Sailor
Okay.
Jupiter.
Okay. Yeah. Exoskeletal sailor. I see it. And ponytail and all.
she's got the little bit of the chest going on it, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
pretty good. That's pretty
The ponytail makes it.
good. Right?
That Sailor Jupiter right there. That's what makes her her. That gives her power.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Would you fear running across that hive wizard? Shit,
I feel
guys,
like
it's got a
we'd be friends.
ponytail.
Either that or people will be checking her out, whichever.
We gotta get out of here.
I was about to say, you did make her pretty busty, so.
Well, she looked like it when I looked at it, and I was like, well, you know, she's there. She's
Proportions.
She's there.
she's got a lot going there.
Nice. Thank you so much for doing that. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you. That was really fun.
Yeah, we're actually we're right at the end. So, anybody have any closing remarks they want to say? Heather, why don't you tell everybody where they can find more of you and the content you make, your store, everything.
Oh, sure. So you can find me on my Instagram and on Twitter at HeatherO.Studio. For my Etsy shop, it's HeatherO.Studiostore.etsy.com. And then I also do live art streams, mostly on Saturdays, but I'm switching it up, doing it throughout the week. You can find me on twitch.tv/stormwhisper.
Nice. And tune in this weekend, June 27th and 28th, for the GCX Artist Alley online charity stream. It's going to be benefiting St. Jude Children's Hospital. You can find more information about that on gcxevents.com /Artist Alley. And you can find things like the schedule, which goes from 10 a.m. to midnight each day.
Eastern or Pacific or
Eastern time.
Eastern.
Eastern time. You could also find a list of all the artists involved in the Artist Alley right there, and it's quite the list, and it's pretty epic. And also all the shops that are involved with the online Artist Alley, which is a huge opportunity, and I suggest everybody take a minute, go check it out, support some of your favorite artists, click on our link, check us out, give us a follow, and a good review. Help the podcast grow on iTunes. You can find more on us on Pixels After Dark on Twitter, and that's twitter.com/Pixels After Dark. That is PXLS After Dark, and also on Twitch. And we record bi-weekly, Monday nights at 10 p.m. And that's it. I'm Joe, and I like coconut water. That's about all I got. No, I'm kidding.
Good.
That's good. Coconut water's good for you.
It's
Same thing with-
delicious.
You know what? Somebody convinced me to drink aloe water today.
That's also good.
They were hyping it up like you would not believe. I thought the guy like worked for the company. He was hyping it up so much. And it was just some guy in the street. And I took a sip. That pulp is something else in that water.
Did you have the sweet one? Did you have the sweet drink?
It was sweet, but it was also slimy.
Yeah, it's pretty good though. I usually buy it bottled from the store. I love it. Like when I was in high school, I used to play DDR like every single day for so many hours a day. And I would try drinking water. I would try drinking Powerade to, like hydrate myself, but it did nothing for me. But iced aloe vera drink, I would be able to get right back into it after drinking some of that.
You would ice it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the trick right there.
Yeah, I like it cold.
Maybe that's the trick right there, because I had it right out of the cooler door at the store. Paid for it, got out. It was 92 degrees out today, so I was out in the market, and I could not wait to get back into air conditioning. But I took a sip off that, and it was like chug, chug. Your mind catches up to the sliminess of the booger that just went into your mouth, and it's like, what was that? And then you pull the bottle back, and there's kind of like a string that goes.
Oh, maybe.
And it's like,
I've never run into strings, so maybe it's a brand difference. I usually find mine in the Asian section or Spanish markets.
It was Dollar General. I mean, if you don't have a Dollar General, it was.
I've bought them from dollar stores before.
Well, it's not really a dollar store. It's kind of like Aldi's, I would say, like a chain like that. Do you guys have Aldi's out there in Cali and Nevada?
Oh yeah,
no?
Not in Vegas anyway.
What about Florida?
Yeah, we have one.
Heather. Do you?
I feel like I saw one, but I've never been to one.
It might have been a mirage. You don't know. It gets hot in Florida.
It might. We are suffering from heat and COVID, so it might be a few things.
Heat and COVID. I thought I saw a Chuck E. Cheese and a Toys R Us last week. I'm just saying, it could have been there, it could have not.
Wow, if you found a Toys R Us, okay.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for coming on with us. It's been a blast. I really enjoyed chatting with you, and I really look forward to everything that's coming down the pipe and everything from you in the future. It's going to be great.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you so much for hosting the first ever GCX Artists Online.
Thank you for helping organize it. Without you, it would have not have gone so smooth. And with
you, Rez, and Straya, and Tanya, my goodness, and
huge.
Everyone who's helped Ace. And...
You're absolutely right. I mean,
the feels.
And Joe. Both Joes.
Both Joes, yes. Thank you, team, for helping us out.
Yeah. And we'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.
Good night.